the game awards are over, but what are our personal top 5 games that we played this year? We're going to get into it.
It's the end of the year, no news. We're talking about our favorites. It's our year-end show right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single week, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red. This right here is Full Clip. We are doing something a little bit different this week. It's our big year-end extravaganza. It may not seem like an extravaganza, but it is. Right, Full Clip? How are you?
Absolutely. Doing all right. How you been?
Are we too low-key? We're too low-key for an extravaganza. We got to rename that.
Maybe.
It's maybe like a chill vibe sesh.
It's a midaganza.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. It's definitely not extra. How you been?
Doing all right. Yeah, this past week, you know how I hate having like extra money and time and freedom. So
who needs it? Yeah,
me and the wife, we did a thing.
Oh my god, dude! I heard sounds coming from over there. I can't believe you kept this as a surprise.
Oh yeah, it's been tough.
It's the cutest thing ever.
He's getting a little antsy sitting on my lap for so long.
I heard squeaks and I was like, "Did you get a bird?"
Yep, that's the new dog. He's a border collie and lab mix. Bear.
Bear, dude. Bear is so cute. Bear's gonna be big, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Should be pretty smart too.
That's awesome, dude. How is he? Everything going well? House trained? Is you working on that?
Yeah. Well, day one. Still to this day, I've never heard this dog bark once, which is great. I hope that continues. But he was just really, really, really chill on that first day. The second day, he started opening up a little bit more, and now he's showing a little more of his personality.
Sure.
Yeah, we're working on the house training. He knows how to use the puppy pad, but doesn't always hit it spot on.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on getting that toward the door.
Yeah.
Get him out. So he's enjoying running around in the weeds and stuff.
Very cool. That's so exciting. Congratulations to your family there for
Thank you.
your new addition. Yeah, hopefully everything goes smoothly. He's not a pain in the ass. Because my dog is sometimes a little bit of that. I mean, all dogs are, but
yeah,
you know, we just realized my dog's starting to eat things that he shouldn't eat, and that's a whole thing. But hopefully that doesn't go that way. But yeah, very exciting. And just tell him to keep it down. Just tell him to keep it down. I wonder if the squeaks bear. This is a professional show. That's so yeah. You haven't had much time for gaming or anything. You've been just dealing with a puppy.
You know, I had about 10 hours to put into a new game. No, I talked to you about this after the show last week.
I forgot about this.
My wife threw out my card collection, so I bought a dump to find them all. The most anime-sounding game title I've ever heard of.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of exactly what you expect. Just piles of garbage. You are having a very chill time collecting the garbage. You get a shopping cart to get all your little rare collectibles. You can sell them for more. A couple little mechanics. You're searching for birds and other things. Now, I did put 10 hours into this. I completed the game. It is only an $8 game, so it's hitting that little golden ratio of $1 per hour of entertainment. And there's a little bit more for me to do eventually. I just need some fixes on the game because, like, the bird collection is for a trophy, and using the dog in the game to help you find things is a trophy, and you don't spawn with, like, enough of the resources to actually get the trophies. So some people have had success with that in earlier versions of the game, but I wasn't able to do it. So, I mean, there's just a little bit of jank on an $8 out of the gate game, as to be expected.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta see. It looks right up my alley, too. Just, like, picking up trash and looking for cards. So
Yeah.
those are my two favorite things: cards and picking up trash. So yeah, I gotta check it out. It looks stupid and ridiculous. Is that the only thing? It's just like it's got a little jank to it. You enjoyed your time playing the game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that said, the jank wasn't just the trophies. There were some problems in there that I think are optimization wise. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you have like a brand new pile of trash, I'm able to kind of suck that trash as fast as you're supposed to. Other times I have like horrible frame rates, and I popped open the whole control panel to see like what's going on. Am I spiking on my CPU, RAM, GPU, and none of them. I never went over like 50% on any of them. So I have to think it's something with the game itself.
Right.
So I assume that
Yep.
like everybody who's playing the game would have some issues with that somewhere. But I'm sure
Yeah.
if they continue to develop this and do some more optimization, it should be all right.
All right. Good to know. Yeah, but still, yeah, for an $8 game, what do you expect? Am I right?
Yeah.
Very cool. It's on my wish list. I'll check it out. I gotta dig through some trash. I really got into one game this week, and it is our new release for this past week. Splitgate Arena Reloaded, dude. We're back. Splitgate is back, better than ever. I'm gonna say it. It just needs like, I mean, there's enough people playing it right now, but I'm worried about it because it needs more. It needs some word of mouth, get it out there. But like, I mean, we talked about Splitgate, OG Splitgate being a very enjoyable first person shooter. Very few, bells and whistles. Just a really good shooter with cool portals that you could jump through. This one, it just takes that and just puts like a coat of polish on there, and it makes it feel like more AAA than the previous version. Like Splitgate, it was very bare bones. This one, man, the maps. There's 20 different arenas you can play in. The maps are so cool. There's some from the OG game that they remastered and fixed up in here. There's one where it's like this big moving like sand tank thing that you're like jumping around on. It reminds me of like something from Dune. That's cool. And then all the different game modes. Like, so I'm just jumping in and hitting quick play. And there's, I don't know how many different game modes. A lot. And then there's like different variables too. Like, so you've got your regular team deathmatch. And then there's one where it's like headshots are easier. Like, so, it's a one hit kill with a headshot for anything. And then there's like the, you got your free for all, your gun game, shoddy snipers where you got a shotgun or a sniper rifle. And I'm having so much fun in this game, man. And I don't know if there's skill based matchmaking. I'm gonna guess yes because I feel competitive, which I don't normally feel in a lot of these games, But I'm telling you, you got to try it. It is definitely back to the game that we fell in love with. There's way more surfaces for portals to go. There's no, stupid, abilities and that sort of thing. It's just shooting portals, man. Yeah, it's great. And they have a battle pass right now, which actually has like really nice looking cosmetic items in there and stuff. So, and you could get your what you pay into the battle pass back in the battle pass, which is always a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to try it at some point. Maybe over the holiday break, give it a shot. And I'm playing on my PlayStation, so put it on the PlayStation. I know you're not. You go back and forth with controller based first person shooters, but
I'll tell you, the Splitgate 2 release, when I tried it out, I did it on PlayStation and with the controller. I don't know that I can go back to aiming like for first person shooters and third person with controllers. So I'd probably try it on PC. But I'm glad to hear that it's back in that form. I think what everybody kind of loved about that first one was it was taking the best of like Quake Arena and Halo multiplayer early on. And I mean, even the modes you mentioned, shoddy snipers, that's straight out of those.
Mm.
What I'm most concerned about is the personality of the operators, though. Do we have anybody that's like missing an arm or a leg or something? And
Yeah, dude. There is no personality, and that's what's great
good,
about it. You don't have to worry about this. The
right?
only personality is in the cosmetics, where you could pick like there's like these epic cosmetics where like everything's on fire. That shows a little personality. But other than that,
Okay,
we don't know their names or anything. So
right. All I want is red versus blue. Keep it simple.
yeah. Yes. And it is so simple. And I'm telling you, the gunplay, it just feels so good again, where like you feel competitive, you feel like you're doing damage. The time to kill, I think, is like pretty spot on. I could, you got the jetpacks and the slides, so that you could be evasive. Yeah, it's I'm definitely very much hooked again on it, and it's only been a few days, but it's been a while since I've had a game where I felt like every single night I'm like, okay, like the family goes to bed and I stay up and I play Splitgate. And I haven't had a game like that in a long time where like it makes me want to just jump in and do my dailies and that sort of thing. So yeah, man, give it a shot. I want to hear your opinion. That goes for everybody out there. Play that game. Let us know, because it definitely it's not breaking the internet with its player count, and I would like to see more people give it a shot. So yeah, and they got rid of the battle royale. Like they're just it's just simple, so it's very cool. All right, anything else before we move on?
No, I'm excited to talk to you about a game I know you tried out, but it's going to pop up here in a few minutes.
It will. All right, so normally this is where we would jump into our news of the week. Really, no news this time of year between now and like March. There's like very little that happens in the video game world. So we're gonna use our time here just to talk about our personal games of the year. Last year we did the Game Awards show. We talked about game of the year and that sort of thing. There will be maybe a little bit of crossover between that and this, but the games that we really enjoyed this year, we put the most time in. And initially I was like, it doesn't have to be like, it could be a game that we just discovered this year, but looking at our list, they are all games that did come out in 2025. So so that's great. I know for me it was a little tough this year specifically. There's nothing that there's one thing that I absolutely like fell in love with, that I was obsessed with. Other than that, I did keep going through trying new games and just kind of like looking for something that really grabbed me. So I'm looking back on this year as I was putting together like my stuff. It was like, it's made me like, I really want to kind of, focus more on single games as opposed to trying everything going into next year, because that's what I've been doing, and just been trying everything. I want to see how everything is, and I'm not going back to them. There's so many games as I was looking at my backlog, I'm like, man, I really want to play this more, and so I'm gonna go back to that.
So I don't know about you, but I consulted my like PlayStation Rewind, Steam Replay, to look for the games that I played the most and to remember like which ones were this year. And I saw yours too on Steam, and for like only being 2 years into Steam as a platform, you've got an insane amount of trophies. I think you're probably like triple what I've got.
Yeah, dude. I have, and then like so many games. I have like 500 games on Steam. Like, it's crazy. I was complaining before we get off this topic. I just want to talk about trophies for a second, or achievements. I had the blue ribbon in Steam for. Did I talk about this for House Flipper 2? And they took it away from me because they got a new DLC. The Scooby-Doo DLC came out, and now I don't have all the achievements, so they took away my blue ribbon. I'm so annoyed.
That needs to be separate. You need 2 blue ribbons.
Yes. So now I keep waiting for I still want to play the House Flipper Scooby-Doo DLC, so I'm just waiting for that to go on sale. So, yeah, I'll get back there. All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about our games of the year. Why don't you kick us off with one of your games of the year?
All right, I've got mine in a particular order. I'm going to start from the bottom, work toward the number 1. So, number 5, Ball X Pit. This is pretty recent. I think most people who have heard of Ball X Pit know what it is. It's kind of like that old school What would you even call that? Like the slider at the bottom of
Yeah,
the screen, the
brick
ball bouncing
breaker.
back and forth. Yes, a brick breaker, but with a modern twist. And then you've also got a little base building to manage around that. It was a fun game. I played it on PlayStation, got the platinum trophy for it, and that's like one of the only couple of games I've ever had a platinum trophy for. So
Yeah.
it's one I think that more DLC is about to come out for pretty soon because of
hmm
the success of the initial run. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they don't take me take my platinum away and make me work for it again.
Not on PlayStation. Yeah, they know how to do that right over there by giving you a trophy for
Yeah.
getting that, so they can't take it away. Um, yeah, man, that's a good game. That's a good pick because it was one that really did just it came out of nowhere, and it's so different from anything else. You know, you're not finding brick breaker games that are like roguelites that have like this like base building kind of mechanic too. Like it's got a lot going on. Absolutely a good pack. That's one that when I was looking through my backlog, I'm like, man, I gotta get back there. It's that's a perfect one for quick little runs. But although some of those runs aren't as quick as I would like them to be, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, good pick. All right, my number 5. I'm gonna go with Water Park Simulator. This was a big surprise to me where I got this as a review copy and you know, we're always talking about the simulator games, like every episode. And this one was like it came into like early access and it had so much content, way more than like other games in this kind of genre. And it played really well and like it had so much stuff that like you know, you got to fix up this water park. You got to hire people. It was basically like that kind of like amusement park manager thing, but you're playing in the first person where you're running around doing all this stuff. And then they're throwing all these variables at you. And then they have like these holiday events. There was a Halloween event and there's a Christmas event. And there's so much content in this game. They have like this roadmap for what's coming and like every update they're adding new stuff, new slides for the water park, new pools, new characters in the game. There's like this guy who comes in and poops in your pool. I've talked about it. um and it's like it has so much there that it just could keep you coming back for a long time. And it's fun to play. Like it's definitely one of those where I feel you know I'm checking off the boxes. I'm doing the tasks. I'm running my my park, but also like there's enough variables there. It like keeps me coming back and doing more stuff. So that was my biggest surprise this year, that how much time I actually put into this stupid water
Yeah.
park simulator game, you know?
Yeah, I
So
get it because this one's like, I mean, several of the simulators combined. I think you do a little power washing, you do a little pool cleaning, and then set up your rides and stuff.
it's got it all. Yeah, it's got it all. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites in the simulator genre.
All right, kicking off with my number 4, Tokyo Extreme Racer. So if you could think about a game like Need for Speed, but boil it down to only in Japan, only on like one highway in Japan, and then only Japanese cars. This is very much Japanese in its DNA. Now I played Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero back in the day on the PlayStation 2, and this is very very close to feeling like almost just a remaster of that
Mm.
game. But looks great, feels great, plays just like I remember the last time. Most of the mechanics in the game work just like the last one I played and loved. And this one's got kind of a unique battle kind of racing thing compared to most racer games where you've got like the arcade health bars at the top of the screen. The further you pull ahead of the other racer, if you can smoke them and leave them in the dust, that health bar just depletes faster and faster. But if you're kind of bumping bumpers with them the whole time, it's going to go way slower. So a lot of interesting things can happen. You got to dodge the traffic because that'll really mess you up on your run. And you're constantly grinding for more money so that you can unlock more parts, tune up your car. One of the coolest features of the game, which made me fall in love with the first time, is you've almost got this like gang thing going on where you have different tribes or something of racers that you'll encounter, and you're trying to beat all the little guys in that club or gang, and then you get to take on the boss. The boss approaches you to fight. And you've also got these like wanderers out there. They're mysterious. You don't always know if your car is equipped to take them on, but they show up every once in a while. When you beat these people, you get their sticker for their club, or for the wanderers, you can put that on your car and look really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a game that I love everything about. I played the hell out of it, but it is early access. So this year I just kind of hit a wall right there where I'm not really able to progress until they added more to the game. I think they've gone back and switched up some features. So if I play it again, which I really believe that I will, I'm going to have to restart though.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I was looking at it when I was looking at your list of games, and I was like, it's got like amazing reviews on Steam, and I was like, I wonder if this would run well on the Steam Deck, which I'm not sure. I gotta look into it. But yeah, it looks just like a racer that I would be into, like the old school, like, arcade racer. It looks fun. All right, next up for me, Monster Train 2 was I was very much anticipating this game. The first Monster Train is one of my absolute favorite deck builders of all time. Monster Train 2, I was looking forward to it a lot. It came out, I put a ton of time into it. This is another one where I'm like, man, shit, I forgot that I had this. Like, I put so much time into it, and then like other games come and they fill that space, because I'm far from even close to completing anything in that game, and I really have a blast with it. It is just more of the same. Like, I guess that's like the good part and the bad part of it, is that it really didn't change anything from the formula for the first one. So like, if you've played a ton of the first one, it's still just that, and it's great, but also it's just that, it's not a brand new game. It's not adding a ton new, like there's new cards and stuff, like, obviously, but still a lot of the same mechanics. Even now, I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, man, I just want to go play it now. Because as I'm like thinking about like the different, it's all about getting the best synergies between your cards and stuff like that. And Monster Train, I think it's one of the best in the way that it's done. There's different levels, and you're on a moving train, and they just come through, and you go through. It's interesting. And Monster Train 2, again, it's just more quality deck builder stuff in a year where Slay the Spire 2 was supposed to come out, and that got delayed, which is great because there's only so many deck builders I could play at once. That may be my Slay the Spire 2, maybe my game for next year, but right now Monster Train 2 is the best deck builder going.
It really surprised me to see your Steam replay and see how many hours you had into this game, because I remember talking about this game when it came out, and I know you said you were playing it then, but I didn't think you were talking like, what'd you have, like 80 or 100 hours?
No, I don't even know. I don't know what I had. That might have even been the first one. The first one I played a ton. The second one, like, I think I fell off. I don't know. I want to play more, but yeah, I gotta get back into it. So I did play a lot of the first one leading up to the second one, which might have been a problem, because then the second one was just more of that. And then at that point, I'm like, I put a lot of time into this. So, all right, what you got?
All right, next up, the one that I'm excited to talk to you about is Schedule 1. Now, I think this got a little bit snubbed from the Game Awards. I don't know what they were thinking, because this came out of nowhere. Single-person developer, and everybody was talking about this for probably a month there. And I think it's still worth going back and playing. And I saw the little Steam notification pop up that E-Rock the Red was playing Schedule 1. Couldn't believe my eyes.
Yes. And I was kind of thinking about this as I bought it. I wonder if it was not included in any of the awards because it's an early access. Still.
Possibly, but I think they have, like, Tokyo Extreme Racer, I'm pretty sure was in one of those categories. Maybe soundtrack or something.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so maybe not. Yeah, well, so when I saw your list of your favorite games, and you've talked about it a bunch, and I saw it was on sale, and I was like, man, I'm really doing myself a disservice by not listening to Full Clip and not checking out this game. It's got everything I love. It's a simulator about drugs. My two favorite things. Yeah, and I'm only a few hours in, and I get it. Like, it's cool, and I'm really excited to see where my adventure takes me. Like, I'm real early on. I'm just selling, like, dime bags of OG Kush right now. But, like, I'm excited to, start slinging meth or whatever the heck I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great
I'm waiting
idea.
to get back into it. They've added more since I last played it. There's now like something to do with the cartel. There's something to do. I think you're going to be able to like grow mushrooms and sell those, which didn't have that in the base game.
That's awesome. Yeah, what a fun idea for a game. And especially like, I mean, I've watched a lot of videos of it where like you could start mixing and matching like things and
Oh
creating
yeah,
things, and then watching the people use the drugs and then like something insane happens to them. It's like it's just a fun game about selling drugs.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. This is what GTA 6 should be like. You know, they should take some
Right.
notes.
So we don't even need GTA 6. We
Just be
just
like
need
this.
more updates for this game.
Right? There you go. Who needs it? All right. My next one is another one that I didn't give enough. I didn't give enough. And thinking back on it, it's the one that took over a big portion of my, my mind at the time. It's Blueprints. This is a puzzle game, where you're going through and you're trying to solve this puzzle. It's also a roguelike, in that, you only make it so far, and then you have to take what you've learned and come back the next time and go through it again. And it was like, I was captivated by it. I wanted to solve the whole thing and figure this mystery out. And then it got to the point where I'm like, this is way more, like there's so much more that I need to think about as a whole, where I'm like, I'm not getting the big picture. And that's when it was like, I kind of had to step back from it, because like I was playing it as a game where I'm trying to get through the doors. Like, you only have a certain amount of rooms you could go through. And I'm like, all right, I got to like take it, and look at it as a whole and try to figure out the riddles and the best ways to do things. So again, I jumped back into it not too long ago, and I was like, I forgot how to do this. I forgot everything about it. So I was like, I really need to really invest myself back in this again and try to solve it, because I never beat it. And it's like one of my biggest regrets from this year, because I did love it so much and I felt like I could do it. It was so close. And I just never did it. And it's just, again, very similar to like Ball X Pit, in that that is a brick breaker roguelike. This is like a puzzle roguelike, and it's like, it's such a weird idea, and it just kind of works, so it's fun. I recommend it. Any puzzle heads. All right. What do you got next?
Next up, the game that I think topped my PlayStation 5 list this year is Roadcraft. So this is another simulator game, but a really good one, because you are building roads, you are having to graze the land, everything else. It's basically, if you've seen Mud Runner, Snow Runner, it's by the same studio, Saber, pretty sure Saber Interactive, that made this one. So it's very physics-based. It's very getting your wheels stuck in the mud, having to pull yourself out of things and flip your vehicles back over so that you can complete the goal. And then you've got your whole point in this is like, there's usually been some sort of disaster. You're cleaning up after the mess. You're creating roads so that these AI kind of convoys can make it from point A to point B. And sometimes there's just a lot of stuff in the way. It takes a lot of time to get it going. I've played probably 85% of this game. I know there's like a whole other level after I complete the one that I'm on that I got to go to, but it's just a lot of hoops to jump through. And this is the kind of game where I can just get back into it every once in a while, play a few hours, and be satisfied.
This is one where every time you talk about it, I'm like kicking myself for not playing this, because it sounds like exactly like what I want in a game. And I know it's on, like I downloaded it on either Xbox or PlayStation because it was available through one of the subscription services. So, yeah, I gotta get in there and try it. Just like cleaning up things and like the tasks, it's all about those tasks, getting that road to be usable again. And I love tasks, specifically where I'm cleaning up stuff, or I know I need to, cut some trees or something. Yeah, that sounds great, man. And then you get to drive big trucks, and heavy equipment. It's like,
oh yeah, win-win.
What a great game!
It's like, it's like House Flipper, just it's a terrain flipper, village.
There you go. Yeah, man, what a great idea! I'm gonna that'll be one I play over our break here. All right, my second, my number 2 game here. Another one that took me by surprise. Mega Bonk, dude. This was the one. This is when I noticed like how many hours I put into certain games, and I was like, really, man, I played like again, it wasn't that many in the grand scheme of things because I kept jumping around so much, but it was more than I thought. And it's one again. It's this is just your regular survivor like, but it's it's 3-dimensional, and you're running around and you're just trying to survive these waves of enemies and get as powerful as you can to make it as far as you can. And it's so simple, but it's so well made, like well thought out. And there's like the developers kind of they had fun with it. It's silly. Like there's like definitely like some meme type stuff in there, and it's just a fun game to play. See how far you could go. There's your leaderboards, so you can see how many people you killed versus how many people your friends killed, and where you're at in the top of the charts and stuff like that. And it's just one where you could play it for 5 minutes, you could play it for 5 hours. Like it doesn't require any thought. I mean, there are times where like I've definitely like played it when I shouldn't have been, and I fell asleep playing it, and then you wake up and you're just dead.
Yeah.
So it's like one where it requires no thought, and you just got to move around. But the thought then comes in creating the best character you can, the best synergies, and trying to go as far as you can. And yeah, it came out of nowhere, and it's won my heart.
This is one that's so close for me to just pick up, because I was even just scrolling through the other day looking at a few games, because I've already played Ball Pit. I'm primed for another like it, and not exactly like it or anything, but right. I mean these indie games with like single developers coming out, including Schedule One. I'm just so in the mood for Mega Bonk, Clover Pit, the new Skate Story. Any of those, I could just see buying and putting 20 hours into.
Yep. Yeah, Clover Pit, that's another one I almost bought the other day. I think it's on sale now in the winter sale, maybe like $8 or something, Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many of these indie games that come out, and they just kind of grab me for a little bit. And then there's some that grab me for a little bit longer. And those are the ones that I'm seeing on this list,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely. I would say this has been the year of the indies. Before we get into our number ones, which are both not, indie-ish, has been like, for me personally, like there have been very few AAA games that I've played this year and enjoyed. So yeah. All right. That being said, my number 1 game. And it's probably not a surprise to anybody who's listened to this show before. It's Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is the one I knew from the jump, from playing it, that it is the best game I've played this year. One of the best games I've ever played, just in terms of the style, the music, the acting, the gameplay. Like everything is a 10. There's very little in the game that is not enjoyable. And it is a indie game. Although one of the newest things we would have talked about this week is that it just got disqualified from the Indie Game Awards because they did not disclose that they used generative AI at one point. So
is that how that works?
Yeah, I guess. I'm wondering. I don't think it's a big deal. I think because they did put out a statement saying that there's no AI in the game. They initially used it as placeholders for certain things in the game, and then put in artist-made content before the game was released or whatever. But I don't know if there was like a disclosure thing when they entered the awards, but I thought that was funny. It's like the biggest indie game of the year that is been disqualified from the Indie Game Awards. So anyways, my game of the year. One of my top 5 games, I believe, of all time, even. I'd have to look at that list. That's for another show. But yeah, man, if you're not playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33, what are you doing?
Right. I want to pull that thread when we have another episode, when it comes up in the news. Yeah, that's interesting because indie games are using AI more than any other games. Interesting. to say the least.
Yeah.
Right. My number one game of the year, another AAA game, Battlefield 6. Now, I'm hoping it's not just recency bias because I have put probably more hours into this than any other game on the list so far this year, even though it did just come back out a couple months ago. It is more Battlefield, and I think that's what people try to criticize it for. I don't think that's a criticism because when I buy a Call of Duty, I buy a Battlefield, I want more of what I like and less of what I don't like. And I think that for the vast majority is what this game delivers. Whereas, this is a big no-no year for Call of Duty for me. They're giving us more of what we don't like and less of what we do. All the bullshit that went down with Call of Duty this year, I'm proud to have skipped it, and I probably won't even be picking it up next year, which means I had a big FPS-shaped hole in my heart. Battlefield has filled it well, and this is going to be my shooter for the next year or two.
Yeah, there you go. Well, until you try Splitgate Arena Reloaded.
Possibly. We'll see.
Yeah, man. It's so cool to see what Battlefield has done this year. It's the most, what did I see? It's the most played game of the year, like overall, like, which is really cool. And yeah, they just they listened to what people wanted. They kind of just, they separated themselves from what's expected from a first person shooter and just kind of made it fun to play. And it's, it's one that I will hopefully grab, when it hits my price point. I did see that Black Ops 7 was like 50% off this week. It's like the earliest one of these games has gone this low in years and years.
Yeah.
So now on the other side of that, because of Battlefield's popularity, I probably won't see that price point anytime soon. But it does look like something I do want to try out. I would love to try out that Red Sec mode too. So I might just do that. That's free. So we'll see. But yeah, I think it's a good pick. I do. I think you're our resident first person shooter guy, so that only makes sense. That's your pick. So yeah, I think these are 10 amazing games that absolutely are deserving of our the Gaming News Weekly Game of the Year awards. You'll be receiving your plaques in the mail when we make those. Yeah, dude, it's been. Oh, this is a great idea. You got some time off. Get some work done. Yeah, it's been a bit of a different year for me specifically for gaming, but an enjoyable year. I've put a lot of time into my Steam Deck, more so like I'm grabbing my Steam Deck more than I'm grabbing my PlayStation controller these days, and I would like to kind of go back to playing my PlayStation, playing some more story games, and maybe just maybe completing a game in the new year. But we'll see. That's always been a thing for me where I played it right up into a point and then I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
do you have any honorable mentions?
Good trophies. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I do. I think really just Repo. I loved playing that with friends. It's not like, it's a stupid game. But like that was one of the highlights for me for this year, playing Repo with friends. And then Absalom. Like that's one that I got into very late in the year. But that's another one where it's like you take a roguelike and mix it up with another style of game. That seems to be the theme this year. Like take any style of game and make it a roguelike. And that's a side-scrolling beat-em-up roguelike. That's very enjoyable. It's another one where I'm like, shit, I got to get back to this world and check it out. What about you?
I had a couple written down. Another one might be recency bias again, but Where Winds Meet. I've been enjoying the hell out of that. I mean, right now I'm just Battlefield 6 and Where Winds Meet on the PlayStation. I can't believe the game is free to play. I've said that before. I'll say it again. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. Just it feels like at times AA game, but a lot of the time AAA game. There's so much packed into it that there's always something to do, always some new mechanic you're going to discover around the corner. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing where that goes. Other than that, EA's version is Skate. It is getting a lot of hate this year, but a lot of people are kind of devoted to it. I'm
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle where I enjoyed the hell out of it. I put a lot of hours into it, but it is another early access, and it's one of those ones where I hit a wall. I don't really have much to do. The progression that it'll allow me to do would take 70 times the grinding that
Right.
it would take just to wait for an update to fix that. And then lastly, Alters. This was a game that had like a little bit of an effect on me because I've not really played anything quite like
Mhm.
it. I guess I would put it in the category of whatever Death Stranding is in, some kind of thing between psychological and horror, but you got disaster and you've got thriller elements. But
Right.
it's a game that it did things that I've never seen a game do that I was actually impressed by. I don't know how the developers like sort of figured out if A and B happen, then XYZ happened, then what is the outcome? But they figured it out and it works.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
it's one where I'd love to get in there and actually finish the story of it. But man, I'm afraid that I've probably forgotten all the buttons.
Yeah. That's tough going back to those games for sure. But yeah, man, it's been fun. All right. Well, that's it. You got anything else before we leave?
Well, okay. Unless GTA 6 Shadow drops next week, we will be back in the new year, right?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to take a few weeks off, enjoy our holidays. Like I said, there's very little news coming out this time of year. But yeah, unless there's something extreme that happens, we're going to go enjoy, the holidays with our families, with our new dogs, and just relax, play a lot of video games. So everybody out there, play a lot of video games, and just have fun. And yeah, we'll see you back here in the new year. Definitely make sure in the meantime, though, check us out on YouTube at Pop Culture Playground. You'll find all the past shows there. And then anywhere podcasts are found, just type in GNW. You'll get this show. Make sure you hit subscribe. That way you'll be ready for when we do come back, guns blazing in the new year, talking about all the things that Santa brought us. Yeah, so... all right. Well, thanks so much. Have a happy holidays, and we'll see you when we see you. All right. Bye-bye.